a shot to take out the man in charge right here, Dabuz, who has just shown absolute dominance throughout this tournament, throughout New York City's history. But Dill rather has been doing a great tear today.
And he's had to make quite the trek itself. So we'll see if he's able to do this. We sit down for the first game of Grand Finals, Renegades Dabuz versus House of 3000's Dill. And we see Dill immediately open up with the Mewtwo and manage to get the first strike.
Yeah, I can definitely see why Mewtwo. The Diddy Kong Rosa matchup, it's very contested how it actually goes. But if you're not comfortable with it, don't even bother. Like, if the Diddy Kong knows what they're doing against a Rosa, he actually has a lot of tools, but if you're the type of player like Dill who really relies on Banana, who really relies on that sort of stage control, fighting Rosa can be a nightmare, and so instead doesn't want to deal with that, goes with the Mewtwo, and is actually starting out with this pretty solid lead. It takes care of Luma so quickly every time. Wow.
Making use of a bit of a minimalist approach to Mewtwo opening up. We see a lot of the forward air, we see a lot of neutral air. Just these aerial spacings just to try and beat out anything that Luma contests and to just further assert stage pressure. He wants to try and keep Dabuz from getting any firm ground to stand on, because once that establishes, we start to see the lead slip away, and we see it slip heavily. Dill not able to return to stage, and now looking at a Rosalina with 97% on deck.
And against a character like Mewtwo, who notoriously is very light. Ooh, Dabuz not actually getting the Luma hit. The Luma hit there might have actually done Dill in, but he still comfortably has a lead here. He's facing away from him. That's so smart, because if Dill is throwing those Shadow Balls while Luma's in front, even if Dabuz shields it, Luma gets hit. So by facing away from him, it actually guarantees... Oh, look at him.
Yo, shout-outs to the Rapid Jab Luma just sitting there and watching Rosalina just get handed.
That was actually pretty lucky, considering if you've ever broken Rosa's shield, you know that this is the case. Even when she's stunned, Luma can act. And if Luma had actually not been doing that Rapid Jab, there's a chance that that disable could have meant nothing. That was so good. Using the lunar landings, which kind of complex. I'm not going to explain it just now. Just know that it's basically a tool. A Rosa can throw out a hitbox and a grab pretty much at the same time. That's what he used there to get that opening onto Dill. And Dill now at 113%. Rosa, though, very light character herself. And if Dill gets the right opening, that could still go back. He's getting a little... It's like he's been watching Leo.
Disable is bad. Dill is getting antsy trying to fish for these options, and it's leaving him wide open. Dabuz taking the first game rather convincingly despite having an explosively good start from Dill. He just seemed to have gotten a little shook.
I mean, keep in mind, Dabuz, such an amazing adaptive player. He hasn't played Dill yet in this tournament. So at the beginning, you know, he might have been just feeling him out, and then it's that classic Dabuz thing. He opens him up and just read his defensive options again and again and just does all of this damage. Like, the thing about Dabuz, people praise his defensive play a lot, but at the same time, when he's in advantage, he is so good at just pressing it, and like, look at this right now. Still has a lead here, about 20% or so. Big damage, and he's continuing to rack up more and more.
The stage pressure just looking immense now as Dill tries to find some sort of an opening. Getting the down tilt on Luma is going to give it to him, but very narrowly returning to stage after the down air pressing him beneath the ledge. Dill slowly coming in on tying up these percentages, but looks like an incorrect input is going to be causing him that ledge pressure, but the down smash call out once again helping him tie things back up. Unfortunately for Dill, he places himself right above Dabuz, and I really don't agree with that.
One thing we haven't really seen yet from Dill yet is that back air on the platform. Honestly, this smashable pick has been working out actually well for Dabuz. Whenever Dill goes onto that platform, it feels like Dabuz has like a really good answer to it. We've seen the Luna landings and the up smash. I was actually just about to say that's an option we have not yet seen at all from Dill, despite it being a really powerful option, especially on Rosa, who is so tall in her frame.
She's a tall woman. She's in heels. She's got long legs.
She doesn't even touch the ground.
Those are big hitboxes. Those are big hitboxes that could get eaten up if Dill's able to just string his attacks together through the defenses of Luma. And it's looking like more and more of a daunting task. However, going in for these little trades here and there certainly help matters, because if he doesn't build up the damage on Rosalina, he's continuously putting pressure on Luma. He's forcing it into hit stun. He's forcing damage into it. And even though you can't see any sense of a life bar, it takes about 50% before Luma drops. And whether or not Knockback sends it flying or he pops, it makes the difference. Every hit counts. And we see Luma once again dying, and Dill taking
down tilt battle.
Man, if I see this raw disable one more time, I'm going to be heated. It's not good.
I think he's just
You're bad influence on the audience.
He's spending a little bit too much time around Leo, possibly.
Yo, shout out to Freelancer Leo. It's the man who makes that look like a viable option, but I promise you it isn't. And right now we're seeing more of it, but the up throw is going to kill. The crowd popping off for Dill managing to take a game off of Dabuz. However, you're going to need a lot more than one game to turn this thing around.
2 sets right now he has to take. That's 2 best 3 out of 5 sets. And although that last game was really good there, and game 1 even, you know, he had that really strong start and even managed to keep it pretty even for the most part. He has to deal with Dabuz now, you know, on counter pick time and time again. It's going to be so rough. And Town and City, we know that that low ceiling can help out Rosa a ton at these lower percents when sometimes Luma just decides to kill it 20.
You know, that being said, this is also a rather solid stage for Mewtwo as well, as far as killing off the top, and we've seen that a lot of Dill's kill options have been off the top, be they up smash or up throw. A lot of the aerial options have been more for the sake of racking up damage or for just consistent pressure. We haven't seen forward air killed that many times tonight, and I want to see Dill try to force the vertical combos so that he can line things up for him to take advantage of these platforms while they're available to him. But right now, it's Dabuz with strong control of the stage, having a heavy percent lead over Dill.
Oh, and he gets the 2-frame. And Dabuz's timings, just the way that he's varying up his timings when he's landing onto Dill are amazing. Right there, he tries to go for that lunar landing, but because he was facing away from him, the hitbox didn't come out until a little bit later. And Dill was actually able to counter it. But right now, the Luma play. Rosa's, she's kind of similar to Ice Climbers in that, like, as we're seeing the game get older and older and they're discovering more and more things, Luma play is just evolving so much, and it's becoming even more devastating the way that they're able to. So, like, all the Rosa players, Dabuz especially, are able to just set up with Luma these, like, just such a complicated and complex neutral.
A lot of higher level Rosalina play is oriented around how well the Rosalina player can adapt to disjointing their, desyncing their Luma and utilizing the 2 out of sequence. Now, by desyncing Luma, you're allowing it to act slightly off kilter from whenever Rosalina acts. Dabuz, most notable for being one of those top-level Rosalinas who makes amazing use out of desynced Luma. It allows for a lot of tricky play with the character and for controlling space that would normally not really be allotted to her.
Oh, just this amazing ledge pressure from Dabuz. Whenever you see him, like, it's the same sort of thing at the top-level play, like when you see a player like Zero. When someone's just constantly ledge guarding, there's a game I like to play, which is try and guess Dill's option, and then watch as you guess wrong and Dabuz gets right. It's amazing that these top-level players are able to so consistently do this stellar ledge trapping. Dill's still not out of the corner. He hasn't gotten out of the corner. He hasn't been able to find his way to neutral in like a minute, and that neutral
Yo, he did it again, and he got blown up for it. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I mean, I can understand the desperation. You know, when you're down by that much, you need to get something started. And even if he, you know, if he got that disable, even though it wouldn't lead to a kill at that percent, it might still,
All right, we have a bit of a discrepancy on the stage. Frozen having thrown himself on for the sake of mid-set coaching. However, Dabuz is challenging the movement. Devin has stepped up onto the fields.
Yeah. This is, see, here's the thing. Dabuz has a future. So the shifting meta right now in terms of coaching, people are really starting to move away from mid-set coaching. Dabuz was always one step ahead because he's got his laptop. You can't ban a man's laptop. A laptop can't coach, but it certainly can help because, you know, especially at these bigger events when he's fighting very high-level players, he has tons of notes on everything that they do. And so I'm not sure what the call is. It looks like Frozen is getting the chance to talk to Dill. So it looks like the mid-set coaching will be allowed this time. But, yeah, Dabuz seems like he doesn't want it. I can definitely understand it. It's happened to me before, and it's really kind of annoying, especially when you're playing really well against someone, and then someone else comes in, gives them a mid-set coaching, and then they start playing better than you, and it's very frustrating, you know?
Mid-set coaching has been a hot topic of debate within the fighting game community as a whole for many years now, and having just now stretched its way into Smash for Wii U. I could see in later years from now there being more concrete rules, being stricter with its timing, being stricter with when, how, and like at what point in bracket. But for now, we see that Dill was able to receive a few pointers from Frozen.
Yeah,
we'll see if they make the difference, because this is tournament point. Dabuz manages to win this game, and he leaves Defend the North with first place with a 3-1 over Dill. However, let's see if the 11th hour superpower comes in clutch for Dill, as we see Game 4 take us to Battlefield, potentially the last game of Defend the North 2017.
Yeah, but right now, Dill with a pretty strong start, already racking up 42% unanswered by Dabuz. And this pick of Battlefield is very interesting. So Rosa is actually pretty good on Battlefield in general, but one of the things that we're seeing now is it's kind of his ability to land is actually really helped out by those platforms. He's able to jump around, sort of almost circle camp in order to find that proper opening to get back down to the ground. And once he's on the ground, that stellar Dabuz neutral just comes into effect.
We see Dabuz maintain center stage incredibly well. However, Dill has percentage on board, sitting at 84% himself, but he's going to be dying off of a fantastic read. The upwards angled forward smash killing really early on him. Now, sitting on the last legs of his tournament life right now, he has to figure out a way to crack through Dabuz, or this is signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yes, and right now, oof. I mean, Dabuz has sort of made a statement where he's been 3-1ing pretty much all of New York's best players, and the up smash going to take it though. Whoa! So yeah, Dabuz, you thought you had this in the bag, but never count out a player like Dill unless, oh, such a smart side B. Using it as like an escape option, like a Diddy Kong side B or a Sheik bouncing fish, manages to get him out of even a 50-50 situation there, but he's now off stage without a jump, trying to go for the 2-frame but doesn't get it, and finally we have Dill with a little bit of control.
Unfortunately, an unsafe dash attack leads him right into Dabuz's arms. In a very odd interaction, however, Luma is forced off stage. So this could be the situation that Dill needs in order to take things back. Sitting at 100% in counting against Dabuz, he has to be incredibly careful on ledge, but he lands with the disabled and is punished for it, eating that percentage with enough time for Luma to come back. And we see the jab 1, 2, 3, and even the final set coaching was not going to be enough. Dabuz is the grand finalist